And it begins. A rural hospital in Nebraska closed, citing the upcoming bill that's going to cut healthcare for millions. And guess who won Nebraska in the 2024 election? Trump. So it's already hurting his supporters. It's like watching cows lining up to go to the slaughterhouse and them applauding it.
Nebraska clinic closes. Yeah, a clinic has already closed, knowing full well of what is coming with the big bad Republican bill. And it's happening because Republicans voted for this. Republicans did this to Americans. So you will struggle now. Millions of you will be without any health care. Millions of you will be without health care facilities to go to. You'll have to now drive out of your way some 40, 50, 60, 70 miles or more because these clinics are going to close because of the Medicaid payments. That's right. This is brought to you by Republicans. You have no one else to blame. Republicans are doing this, and clinics are starting to close already.
Budget reconciliation, I will not call it by that other freaking name, would likely impact healthcare in Nebraska.
Everyone who voted for this bill, you should be ashamed.
Say Nebraska Representative Don Baker
do their job. They don't do any work at all. They have no interest in anything at all that's happening to children in their state. And Medicaid being cut, don't care. They absolutely do not care about children's health. They only care about profiting themselves and building up their families.
Services that people need. A lot of folks that are hearing about this though are not showing.
Wait, my people. Another video, another Maga regrets. This is now affecting again Nebraska. Nebraska people are getting affected again because of the big beautiful bill. They are closing clinics and hospitals. It looks like they are closing hospitals and clinic, and people, they're gonna have to drive miles and miles away from Nebraska to get health care because a lot of the clinics, they are closing. And before it was the farmland, farmers in Nebraska, they were crying and complaining about, the money that they was gonna get. And now is affecting the clinic. The healthcare system is getting affected now in Nebraska. So every day, every week is something new with this administration. So I don't know where we're going to end up with all these changes. And we'll still have a long ways to go with this taco man, orange man in office. So we need to prepare ourselves for the future because it's getting ugly. So Nebraska people are suffering again because of the big beautiful bill. They are going to cut a lot of funding and to these hospitals and to this clinic, and people, they're gonna lose coverage on their health care, on the Medicaid, Medicare, because what's happening in United States. So let's continue with the rest of the video. If you are first time here on the channel, please consider subscribing. Helps me a lot. And give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate your support. Let's continue.
Empathy, because in many ways Nebraska voted for this, and in that county specifically, they voted overwhelmingly for the person that is promoting the cuts that are happening right now. Unfortunately, this is another example of folks voting against their interests, folks that were expecting that their living conditions, their livelihood was going to improve, and the opposite is happening. And listen, y'all, I understand why a lot of folks don't have empathy, but I feel bad for these folks because the system that we're living in over and over again keeps hurting the folks that are the most marginalized. But those are my thoughts, familia. I want this to be a conversation. What do you all think about this?
Remember, Nebraska people, they voted for the orange man. Pretty much everybody in Nebraska, like this guy is saying, they voted for the orange man in office. So now they are in the find out stage. I feel, well, they said, I don't feel, some people, they said they don't feel sorry for these people because they voted for this. But everybody made mistakes. So they made a mistake to vote for the orange man. And now they are feeling the pain. They are feeling the pain and they are regretting, big regrets happening right now in Nebraska.
Do you agree with what I said? Or are you on the side that doesn't feel any empathy for these folks? And if you are somebody that lives in Nebraska, what do you think about this? This is crazy.
I swear Nebraska is the poster child for fuck around and find out. Their first FAFO moment was when their farm workers were deported by ICE because they thought it wasn't going to happen to them. I mean, they voted for Trump, but they didn't think that they were going to come and deport their workers. And ICE is like, no, anyone that's brown, we're just going to deport them because whatever. So then, Nebraskan farms are like, wait, no, we need those people. Otherwise our farms are going to go bankrupt. And they're like, don't really care. So their second FAFO moment came today as soon as the House bill passed and Curtis Medical Center in Curtis, Nebraska announced that it's closing. And there are 6 other rural hospitals that are planning to close with these Medicaid cuts. And if you know anything about emergency medicine, whether it's a heart attack or a stroke or a trauma, time is of the essence and distance is of the essence. So ultimately, people are going to die. And that's most likely going to be farmers.
They're closing the hospital, but just imagine there's going to be a lot of people unemployed also because, nurses and doctors that they used to work at this hospital. Not only then, other staff, cleaning people. So there's going to be a shortage of people, unemployed. The unemployment is going to go to the roof because of this. And like she was saying, it's not only one. They are planning to close a few more facilities, and this is just the beginning because all the cutting, they are doing to supposedly to save money. The government to save money is going to affect a lot of people. It is a chain reaction because they close the hospital, then unemployment, and then people, if you are sick, if you have an emergency, who knows what's going to happen to you? Because you're going to have to drive long ways to get get help from a doctor. So it's not only that, it is putting people's life at risk. So this is crazy.
Which are a huge group of Trump supporters. Now, don't get me wrong. The House of Representatives said, hey, we have a kitty. We're going to do a little bank to help rural hospitals. And what we're going to do is we're just going to tax state hospitals more. Well, that's not taxing the hospital. That's taxing the people that go to the hospital. So in one hand, they're going, oh, we're giving, we voted for this bill because we're giving tax cuts to Nebraskans, but then we're going to raise your taxes, Nebraskans, when you go to the hospital or you receive any services, right? It's all good. But I mean, that's for par for Nebraska because in January they were operating.
So they're going to do one thing and then they said they're going to do something else. They're going to raise the taxes to the hospitals. But at the end, if they raise the taxes to the hospital, who's going to pay for that increase? The people. It's like tariff. They put taxes, tariff to China. At the end, it's not China paying for that. It's the consumers, us the consumers in United States. So if they raise the taxes to the hospitals, it's the patients that are gonna end up, paying the price because the hospital, they're not gonna lose money. They are in the business of making money. That's what they said. So they're not gonna eat those taxes, those increments. And it's very, very sad what's going on. It's only happening right now in Nebraska, but who knows? It's gonna continue, to affect everybody in the United States. For now, it's only Nebraska. So in the future, it could be some other state. So they are in the FAFO, find out stage of F around and find out. They voted for Trump, and some people, they said, we don't feel sorry for them, but we are humans, so they're gonna suffer even more. So it is crazy. So guys, let me know what you think about this whole situation, about Nebraska closing clinics and closing hospitals. Do you think they deserve that? Let me know in the comments below. If you made it this far into the video, please consider subscribing to the channel and give me a big donation. Give me a thumbs up. I'll see you guys on the next video.